All right, 22.1 is out. It is a 15-minute AMRAP. You've got 3 wall walks, you've got 12 alternating dumbbell snatches, and then 15 box jumps with a step down, which is a new movement standard. I've got videos on all 3 of those movements. Please go and watch them separately. What we're going to talk about here is the workout kind of in its entirety. So the first thing we need to talk about is the time. 15 minutes. Now, the mistake, the trap that so many people are going to fall into is thinking it's just 15 minutes. That's not so bad. And then they're going to get into the middle of that workout and realize just how much suffering you can pack into 15 minutes. So don't make that mistake. 15 minutes is a significant amount of time to sit at a very high heart rate for, and that's effectively what this is. It's a gut check. You're going to just have to have a very high breathing rate, a high heart rate for 15 minutes, and then it'll be done. Then it'll be over, and you can, lie on the ground and do whatever you need to do. But for 15 minutes, it's going to feel hard, it's going to feel challenging, and you're going to have to really push yourself to keep moving, okay? One strategy for this is in the first 2 minutes, just pull back a little bit, dial things back. It's very easy within the first 2 minutes to go hard because 1, we feel fresh, and 2, we're using our glycolytic pathway, which is one of our engines, one of our metabolic pathways that allows us to produce power. Now the glycolytic pathway, it crashes and burns at about 2 minutes. That's when we're done with it. And at that point, we'll have to slip into our aerobic system. Now, if the workout was just 2 minutes, then go for broke. You can burn yourself out in 2 minutes. But it's not, it's a 15-minute long workout. So if you go too hard in the first 2 minutes, you will pay the price in a big way in the back end of this workout. So for the first 2 minutes, tell yourself, I'm just gonna stay relaxed. I'm not gonna sprint. I'm not gonna go hard or fast or just go fast off the mark. I'm just gonna do what I can do consistently for a full 15 minutes, okay? Now, once you get to 2 minutes, at that point, when you're feeling good and you're being really consistent, then you can push and you can sprint, go for broke, okay? But within the first 2 minutes, if you burn yourself out and burn out that pathway, it will mean that you're suffering way more than you need to. And a good example of that was Noah in the announcement. He burned himself out. His first round was like 1 minute, and his last round was about 1 minute 45. So you don't want to be in that position. So in the first 2 minutes, just be smooth, be consistent, stay relaxed. So let's talk about total rounds. Now, I think realistically for a lot of us, 6 to 7 rounds is going to be a really nice score. Now, that would be 90 seconds per round, okay? Which early on is actually probably a little bit too much time for us to even need. So the good thing about that is in terms of being relaxed for the first few minutes, knowing you've got plenty of time is the best way to stay relaxed. If you try and do a shorter amount of time and then suddenly you're scrambling, you're only going to feel that sense of panic building up really early and you don't want to be in that place. So actually having more time is going to be really beneficial just mentally, because how you feel about how you're doing is going to produce the physiological result as well, that response. So if you've tightened up that timeline and you're like, okay, 1 minute 15 every round, that might be too tight. The benefit of doing 1 minute 30 is you can still keep moving and do rounds that are less than 1 minute 30 early on, but you're gonna be relaxed, you can just be consistent, and at the back end of the workout, that extra time that you banked early on, you can utilize that then when you feel a little bit more fatigued, okay? So a 90 seconds per round approach is really good. Do not, however, turn this into an EMOM style where every 90 seconds you do a round. Like, don't be like really strategic with that. Don't game it in that way. That is not the heart of CrossFit. We're still trying to express our fitness in the best way possible. So gaming it like that, I do not believe in that at all. I think we can use that as a strategy and just have this mental approach to the workout to benefit us, but also still be able to move and be consistent and be the athletes that we are, okay? So 15 minutes is going to feel like a long time. We might be aiming for 6 to 7 rounds, and that could be roughly 90 seconds per round. Be really consistent. In terms of the transitions, I know there'll be a lot of people saying, okay, be really disciplined about the transitions, be quick, be focused on making them smooth. And the thing with the transitions is that we're all set up in exactly the same way. So like the amount of time that you're going to take from doing a real quick transition is, I think it's minimal, and the increased risk of stumbling or fumbling or throwing yourself or just panicking again because you're trying to do something too quickly and rushing it, I just think that there is way more risk of that just blowing up than it going well. So remember that you're just coming in to approach it as the athlete that you are. You don't suddenly have to morph into like Tia Claire Toomey today. You just have to be the athlete that you've been every day for the past 6 to 12 months. Show up. This is another workout. Go in, be smooth, express your fitness, not someone else's fitness, and focus on the task at hand, okay? That's gonna be the thing that allows you to stay present and not worry about the result, not worry about what anybody else is doing, and just do the thing that you need to do to get your best performance for today. So focus on the movements, focus on one little thing, one technique piece for each movement, maybe count the reps in a certain way, and just stay really present. Anytime that you feel worried, bring yourself back to the task at hand, all right? Good luck, and I will see you on the leaderboard.